All right, Aries, welcome to your weekly horoscope for March 29th through April 4th. My name is Athen. So this week we are essentially going from the first quarter phase of the lunar cycle towards the lunar eclipse, which is the full moon energy, which is taking place on Saturday. So it's a time of continuing to move forward with our plans and goals and then reflecting around the weekend in terms of the lunar eclipse energy. Now, this week in particular, there are opportunities for expansion, but there's also um, opportunities for releasing some old doubts and some old fears, which I'll talk about. But in either case, moving forward nonetheless, releasing the old and perhaps making some readjustments over the weekend. Not anything active, but mental and emotional readjustments over around Saturday, which will then reorient us towards the further growth into the rest of April. So on Sunday and Monday, we had Venus trining up to Pluto. So this is nice, powerful connections, nice, powerful enjoyment. You guys have had Venus in your first house, so hopefully you've been enjoying yourself, like connecting to people and just having fun, having a good time. Venus in the first house is where you can feel good. You can really see yourself in a positive view, what your goals are, what your ambitions are. You've got your ruler in your first house too, which I think is going to continue to facilitate a lot of these forward-moving drives that you have right now. But on Sunday and Monday is a great time for relationships in particular, especially anything active, which is that Aries energy of your first house. And it's strongly associated with your ninth house too. So Sunday and Monday would be an excellent time to getting deeper with spirituality, into philosophy, and maybe doing something active as well. Anything that essentially opens you up emotionally, spiritually, or physically, like through traveling, and maybe in an active sort of way. I mean, it could be traveling, it could be connecting to nature, it could be just, maybe doing some reading on philosophy in terms of your self-improvement, things like this, which is your first house also. So in either case, Sunday and Monday, a good time for enjoying good connections and enjoying philosophy, spiritual studies, and these types of things. Now on Monday, we've got the sun conjuncting up to the south node. So this is the only real challenge of the week. I don't want to say that the lunar eclipse is the challenge on Saturday. There are some challenging things about that, which I'll talk about. But in terms of the bulk of the week, this is the only, what you might call challenge. It's not really that much of a challenge. The sun goes over the south node, which is an awareness, right? So the sun is that conscious awareness. And here it's the awareness of your doubts, your fears, the old ideas, all the stuff we've been releasing this whole month in March. But with the sun here, it might have more to do with your passions. So with the awareness of your doubts and fears and knowing exactly what it is you have to let go of, by all means do that. And also be aware of some, what would you say, old passions, old things you used to enjoy with the sun energy, old things maybe you used to create, old creations, and be willing to let them go. Now, this is particularly emphasized by your 12th house, which is where this transit's taking place. So maybe some old spiritual ideas, maybe some old, subconscious ideas, subconscious feelings. It's very spiritual. So Monday is a very good day for meditation, having that presence, having that peace and tranquility. And then through that, understanding more about what these unconscious influences are and how you can release them. That'll be getting the most out of it. It's an opportunity for that. Now, Wednesday and Thursday, things really, it's an awesome 2 days. We have the sun trining up to Jupiter, Mercury trining Saturn, and Venus sextiling Chiron. So in a nutshell, I think from whatever this releasing is taking place, Monday and Tuesday perhaps, Wednesday and Thursday, I think that's when the sun energy really starts to expand. That's when I think you can really start to see the opportunities that are involved with your spiritual subjects, with your, having that simple life, the enjoyment of the simple pleasures, the rest, relaxation, all these 12 house matters. Whatever you're involved with, maybe behind the scenes or with psychology or things like this, very optimistic about that. And it's all very supportive. So it could be coming from maybe home and family, which is where Jupiter's transiting, maybe being very optimistic about the opportunities that you have with home, family, changes there with either of those things, or your emotional state and your sentiments. But in either case, a very good day, Wednesday and Thursday in particular. Now on those 2 days also, Mercury is trining up to Saturn, so this is a good realistic perspective. So I would normally say with a Jupiter transit, keep things grounded, but with Mercury trining Saturn, I think they naturally will be. And this is keeping things very grounded spiritually. again, with the things that are important to you on that spiritual level. Venus sextiling up to Chiron is a good revitalization energy. Now, this is taking place in that first house, so I think all in all, about midweek, you guys will feel quite revitalized, quite healed, or at least there's an opportunity for that in terms of your self-image, in terms of these goals and ambitions and things that you're working on. But it's all this kind of mesh of energy Wednesday and Thursday. I think it's overall just feeling very good about what you can achieve, what opportunities are available for you. And I think that's going to be a driving force leaning towards the lunar eclipse, because the lunar eclipse is always an adjustment period. So what's being readjusted here for you is essentially all of this stuff you've released this month in March regarding these subconscious, unconscious, psychological, spiritual sort of things that are your past or just are no longer serving you, and moving into the North Node energy, which is the first real aspect that we've had. I'll just say the most important aspect, in my opinion, this year in terms of our life path this year, which for you, your overall life path, although it may not feel very personal just yet, but I think it will towards Saturday, is that this year is about your self-improvement. It's about getting your health right. It's about getting your routine straight. All of these things that help either improve you or help improve others too, if you're in the service industry, like helping others. But in either case, Saturday is a readjustment to this, where you're taking these spiritual things you've learned and then moving it into a much more grounded element of making sure you're taking care of your body, your routine, the material elements of life, which are much more tangible, much more physical. Okay, so reflect around Saturday. It is a full moon energy, so I think the energies are going to be high. But it's all eclipses are a time of reflection. I think the more you listen, the more I think you're going to understand what exactly is culminating for you too in regards to maybe relationships, because this is a culmination of the solar eclipse that took place back in October. So I think I think you might be at a high time, or if anything you've been involved with regarding one-on-one connections could be coming to a sort of culmination point on Saturday as well. So reflecting on that also, and just make sure you're keeping that nice balance between these spiritual transformations and this new grounded perspective, which you're going to start to think about over the weekend. And it's nothing to implement just yet. It's not even really like a new moon energy. It's just you're going to be aware of it. And I think there will be a slight adjustment. And I think it's going to be something that you naturally will want to do. So continue with that over the weekend and into next week and this whole year, really, in terms of those 6th house matters of your self-improvement. All right, Aries, have a fantastic week. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll talk to you next time. Take care.